Picture this, you just built a fully functional AI chatbot. It answers questions, remembers context, and sounds smarter than your college professor. Your portfolio just went from meh to hired, and the best part? Took you exactly 15 minutes. No PhD required, no months of study, just pure practical coding that actually works. By the end of this video, you'll have a ChatGPT-powered bot that'll make your friends think you're some kind of AI wizard. But first, why now? The AI revolution isn't coming, it's already here. Companies are throwing money at developers who can integrate AI. ChatGPT API skills are the new gold rush, and you're about to stake your claim. These numbers don't lie, AI developers are in massive demand and getting paid accordingly. I'm a developer who's built over 50 AI projects, from simple chatbots to complex ML systems. This tutorial is distilled from hundreds of hours of trial and error, so you don't have to make the same mistakes I did. Trust me, this is the fastest path from zero to deployed AI chatbot. What we're building today. Before we dive into code, let's visualize exactly what we're creating. This isn't some basic command line script. We're building a real web application with a sleek interface that actually streams responses like ChatGPT. Here's what makes our chatbot special and production ready. Our chatbot features real-time streaming responses that appear word by word, just like ChatGPT. Conversation history that maintains context across multiple messages. Custom system prompts to give your bot any personality you want. Beautiful modern UI that's responsive on all devices. Error handling and rate limiting for production use. Easy deployment to any cloud platform. And the best part, all of this in under 200 lines of code. The difference between a hobby project and a portfolio piece that gets you hired? Professional features like streaming and context. Let's see the transformation. Step 1. Environment setup. First, let's create our project structure and install dependencies. Open your terminal and run these commands. We're using Python 3.10 or higher, and we'll need the OpenAI SDK, Flask for our backend, and a few other essentials. Don't worry, this takes 30 seconds. Bash script for complete project setup. Creates project directory AI chatbot tutorial, initializes Python virtual environment venv, activates it with platform-specific commands, installs dependencies, OpenAI for API, Flask for backend, Flask cores for cross-origin requests, Python doten for environment variables, creates templates and static folders for web files, generates app.py main file, and .env for API keys. Full initial project scaffolding in one script. Pro tip: always use virtual environments. Now let's set up our environment variables. This is crucial, never hardcode your API keys. Create a.env file and add your OpenAI API key. You can get one from platform.openai.com. The free tier gives you enough credits to build and test this entire project. Environment configuration file using dotenv pattern. OpenAI_API_key stores your API key from platform.openai.com. Never commit to Git. Model specifies which GPT model to use. GPT 3.5 Turbo is fast and cheap. Max_tokens limits response length to 500 tokens for cost control. Temperature equals 0.7 balances creativity and coherence in responses. These variables keep sensitive data and configurations separate from code. Step 2. Building the Flask backend. Here's where the magic happens. We're creating a Flask app that handles chat requests and streams responses from OpenAI. The key here is the streaming functionality. This is what makes it feel like ChatGPT. Let me break down each part. Flask application initialization file. Imports Flask for web framework, OpenAI for API access, CORS for cross-origin requests, OS and dotenv for environment variables, JSON for data handling. Load_dotenv. Reads.env file into environment. Flask app instantiated and CORS enabled for front-end access. OpenAI client initialized with API key from environment. Conversations dictionary stores chat history in memory. Note: production should use database. Root route returns index.html template. This sets up the foundation for our chatbot server. Now for the main chat endpoint. This is the heart of our application. We'll use server-sent events to stream responses in real time. The function maintains conversation history and sends each token as it arrives from OpenAI. This creates that smooth, ChatGPT-like typing effect. Chat endpoint implementation with streaming. Post route/chat accepts JSON with user message and conversation_ID. Checks if conversation exists. Creates new one with system prompt if not. System prompt defines AI personality as helpful and concise. User message appended to conversation history. Generate. Function creates OpenAI stream with model, messages, max_tokens, and temperature from environment. Iterates through stream chunks, extracts delta content, accumulates in response_text. Each chunk yields as server-sent event with data, prefix and JSON payload. After stream completes, full assistant response saved to conversation history. Returns response with stream_with_context for proper streaming and text/event stream MIME type. This enables real-time word-by-word display. The streaming code is pure gold. Finally, let's add a simple endpoint to clear conversation history and start the server. In production, you'd want to add authentication, rate limiting, and proper error handling, but for our tutorial this is perfect. Additional app.py routes and server start. Clear conversation endpoint at post/clear accepts conversation_ID in JSON. Checks if conversation exists in conversations dictionary. If found, resets to initial state with only system prompt. Returns JSON status message. Main block checks if script run directly, not imported. Starts Flask development server with debug equals true for auto reload and detailed errors, on port 5000. Debug mode shows helpful error pages and restarts on code changes. This completes the backend with conversation management and server initialization. Step 3. Creating the front end. Now let's build the interface that'll make your chatbot look professional. We're keeping it simple but modern, clean gradients, smooth animations, and responsive design. This is the part that'll make recruiters' eyes light up. Here's our HTML structure. We're using semantic HTML5 with a chat container, message display area, and input form. The structure is simple but effective. Notice the data attributes. We'll use these for JavaScript interactions. HTML template structure for chatbot interface. Sets UTF-8 charset and viewport for mobile responsiveness. Links to external CSS stylesheet via Flask URL_for. Container div holds entire chat interface. Chat header contains title with robot emoji and clear button with ID for JavaScript. Chat messages div, ID equals chat messages. Displays conversation history, starts with welcome message from bot. Chat input form contains text input, ID equals user input, with placeholder text and autocomplete disabled, plus submit button. Script tag loads external JavaScript. Structure follows semantic HTML5 with clear separation of header, content, and input areas. Let's style it with some modern CSS. We're using CSS Grid for layout, custom properties for theming, and smooth transitions. The gradient background and glassmorphism effects give it that 2025 premium feel. Complete CSS styling for modern chatbot interface. Universal selector resets margins/padding and sets box sizing. Body has purple to violet gradient background 135 degrees. Hashtag 667 EEA to hashtag 764 BA2. Flexbox centering for container. Container uses glassmorphism with Raba white background, 20px border radius, heavy shadow, max width 800px, fixed 600px height, flex column layout. Chat header matches gradient with white text, flex space between for title and button. Chat messages flex 1 takes remaining space, scroll Y overflow, flex column with 15px gaps. Message bubbles max width 70%. Rounded corners, Slide an animation from Translate Y, 10px, opacity 0 to full. User messages right aligned with purple background, bot messages left aligned gray. Input form white background, flex row with gap. Text input flex 1, rounded, transitions border color to purple on focus. Buttons use gradient, rounded, hover lifts with Translate Y, -2px and shadow. Typing indicator animated dots. Modern 2025 aesthetic with smooth transitions throughout. Now the JavaScript magic. Time for the JavaScript that brings it all together. We'll handle form submission, stream responses using event source, and dynamically update the UI. This is where you'll see the streaming in action, each word appearing in real time just like ChatGPT. JavaScript for chatbot interactivity with streaming. Grabs DOM elements. Form, input, messages container, clear button. Generates random conversation ID for session tracking. Add message, function creates message div with appropriate class, user message or bot message. Appends paragraph with content, adds to chat, scrolls to bottom. Form submit listener prevents default, trims input, adds user message via add message, clears input, creates empty bot message container, fetches /chat endpoint with post, sends message and conversation ID as JSON, gets response body reader and text decoder, reads stream in while loop, decodes chunks, splits by new line, parses lines starting with data, extracts content from JSON, appends to bot paragraph character by character, auto scrolls, error handling displays fallback message, clear button listener fetches /clear endpoint, resets messages to welcome. This implements real-time streaming display matching backend SSE implementation. And that's it. Full stack AI in 15 minutes. Step 4. Testing your chatbot. Let's fire this bad boy up and see it in action. Run Python app.py in your terminal, navigate to localhost 5000, and watch the magic happen. Type a question and boom, you'll see the response streaming in real time, word by word. The typing effect, the smooth animations, the context awareness, it all just works. This is what a portfolio project should look like. Here are some example conversations you can try. Ask about code. Get math help. Brainstorm ideas. The chatbot handles it all. Notice how it remembers context from previous messages. That's the conversation history we built working perfectly. Common issues and fixes. If you run into issues, here are the most common problems and solutions. Trust me, I've debugged all of these multiple times while building AI projects. Save yourself the headache and check these first. Quick troubleshooting guide. API key not working? Make sure it's properly set in the .env file and you've restarted the server. Streaming not showing? Check your browser console for SORS errors. We already added Flask cores, but make sure it's installed. Messages not appearing? Verify your fetch URL matches your Flask route. Server not starting? Ensure all dependencies are installed and you're in the virtual environment. Rate limit errors? You might need to upgrade your OpenAI plan or wait a bit. Port already in use? Change the port number in app.py or kill the process using that port. Taking it further. Now that you've got the basics working, here's what to add next. I've ranked these by impact versus effort. Start with the high impact, low effort wins. Each enhancement makes your chatbot more impressive and production ready. Here's your roadmap from basic chatbot to production app. Follow this path and you'll have something truly impressive for your portfolio. Each stage builds on the previous one, and you can stop whenever you have what you need. Here's a sneak peek at adding personality customization. This lets users choose different AI personas: professional, casual, technical, or creative. Just add this to your system prompt and boom, multiple chatbot personalities in one app. This feature alone will make your project stand out. Personality system enhancement for chatbot. Personalities Dictionary defines 4 distinct personas: professional, formal business assistant; casual, friendly with emojis; technical, detailed with code; creative, innovative thinking. Each has name for display and prompt for system message. New route/set_personality accepts post with personality type and conversation_ID. Retrieves personality from personalities dict. Initializes new conversation with corresponding system prompt. Returns success status and personality name. This allows users to switch between different AI personas, making single chatbot feel like multiple specialized assistants. Simple addition that dramatically increases app sophistication and user engagement. This one feature equals hired. Deployment options. When it's time to deploy, you've got options. Free hosting is perfect for portfolios, but if you want to actually charge clients, go with a paid platform. Both work great, just depends on your goals. Pro tip: deploy early, deploy often. The challenge. Here's your challenge. Build this chatbot, then customize it. Change the personality, modify the UI colors, add a feature I didn't cover. Then post it on GitHub and LinkedIn. Tag me in your post. I want to see what you build. The best implementations get featured in our community showcase. Who's ready to become an AI developer? Look at what happens when you actually build and ship projects. These aren't fantasy numbers. They're real results from developers who went from tutorial watchers to project builders. The job market rewards action, not passive learning. What's next? In the next video, we're building something even crazier. A full-stack AI app that generates images, analyzes data, and chats with you. Multimodal AI is the future, and you'll learn to build it from scratch. Hit subscribe so you don't miss it. If you built this chatbot today, drop a comment with what you named it. I read every single one. Until next time, code, create, forge.